This podcast is supported by The Real Real. Meet Christine. She loves shopping. And this is the sound of fashion overload. Too many fabulous things, not enough space. So Christine started selling with The Real Real.
I've always loved collecting designer pieces. Gucci bags, Prada heels. But my style keeps evolving. Selling with The Real Real? Game changer. I earn more, and they do everything.
Seriously, just drop off your items or schedule a pickup. We handle the photos, descriptions, pricing, even shipping. You just sit back and watch your items sell fast to our 38 million members.
And I get peace of mind knowing I earn more selling with The Real Real than anywhere else.
Exactly. That's the sound of your closet working for you. The Real Real. Earn more, save time, sell fast. And right now, you can get an extra $100 site credit when you sell for the first time. Go to therealreal.com to get your extra $100. Therealreal.com. That's therealreal.com.
Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, the podcast urging you to let it go and don't look back. With nationally acclaimed professional organizer Christine Stone and self-proclaimed hot damn mess radio and TV personality Eden Kendall.
Welcome, everyone, to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, with a podcast for women over 50. I'm Eden Kendall. Christine Stone is a professional organizer, yes, and I am not. So you're not listening to two super organized people. You're listening to one super organized person and the other one who is learning as we go. But today we're talking about people we love to either listen to, follow, read about, just those. I don't want to use the word influencer yet, because I feel like that makes you think of someone who's out there doing all the dances and doing
or selling you something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
exactly
what I think when I think influencer.
Yeah, but what we're hoping we're going to do is kind of like widen the appeal of some of the people out there that are either giving a message that we enjoy, or maybe you're going to turn us onto somebody new, because we did ask you to help us out with this. This is a crowdsourced episode, so I will say that.
I love that.
Before that, though, we recently had an episode that was the Sean Cassidy episode.
Yes.
So this weekend, we're going to the show.
Yes, we are, and I can't wait.
I don't even know what to expect, because I know a couple of his songs, but I think he's mixing in some of his family songs, which makes me think David Cassidy.
Oh God, that would be fun. I asked my daughter, she didn't know who he was, which right there made me feel really old. Then I threw up David Cassidy thinking maybe she'll know who that is. She didn't know who that was either. So then what did I have to do? Put on one of his songs.
You have to.
And she goes, still don't know it.
Are we going to torture our poor Uber driver like we did for the Donny Osmond show?
I think we have to. You have to get pumped before you go somewhere. You know what I mean? You have to get into it.
You have to do a run
I think,
on the way?
Yes, we have to.
And then if you heard the interview, you know he invited us backstage.
I'm excited about that too.
That's going to happen.
Yes.
So
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
So we'll have to report back on the whole thing.
We'll tell you. You'll see the picture. We'll see if Christine is able to communicate with him better than you did a great job with Donny Osmond, but it took a little bit of you having to do some woo-saw, some deep breathing.
Well, you're lucky that I'm not into that kind of mentality with him.
Sean, yes.
Although
there aren't 50 plus years of you being freaked out waiting for the moment.
Yeah. Yes, anticipation.
Yeah.
You don't have that with Sean Cassidy. And like I said in the last one, I was already in high school when Sean Cassidy was popular. So I knew all his songs, but I wasn't, and I knew the Hardy Boys, but I wasn't into him the way, the love and admiration.
Tears over him? Or
yeah, no.
That angsty, weird, that's how I differentiated the way I felt about him versus Donny. Donny was certainly my first fangirl thing.
Yeah.
But the angsty, hormonal, like, oh, he'll never have him for myself feeling, that was a Sean Cassidy thing, because I was 11 by then.
Right.
It's a little different. You feel a little bit differently. Suddenly you're like, you're having these dreams where he's your boyfriend versus Donny Osmond, where it was more like, you know,
well, there's a trend on TikTok of showing a picture of the age you were at when you were a teenager and you had a teen idol. And of course, if I showed a picture of me at 10 or 11 years old, and under the caption is like, this is what I look like when I thought he was going to leave his band and his family to marry me. I mean, first of all, I had the bad Dorothy Hamill haircut that like did not resemble anything Dorothy Hamill had. Let's just say that.
I remember you telling us that you went to school and everyone was like, who's the new boy?
Yeah, and I had the unibrow also. Like, you know, you didn't go and wax your eyebrows or do that kind of stuff back then, at least when you were 10 or 11. So I also had the unibrow. So if I posted what I thought when Donny Osmond was going to leave his Osmond brother band and marry me.
Yeah.
He
in a
would,
Mormon wedding.
Yeah, and well, I would have had a Mormon wedding.
I know.
But anyway, he would run for the hills. Let's just say that. So.
Well, think about these people like Sean Cassidy. Now, Donnie has been performing steadily,
Right.
and his entire life. But you've got Sean Cassidy and his fans. He had 2 times in his life where he was a huge idol to these people. And one, they're 11, and now they're 60. So he really didn't, you know, but he did fine. He's had a couple 3 marriages. He's got a cute little wife.
Well, that's
now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I find that fascinating.
He's cute little wife, number 3. He's got a whole new set of kids.
Yeah.
So he's living his best life.
Well, we'll report back. I can't wait.
We definitely will. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about what you guys said on our Ladies Only Facebook page about influencers, celebrities, or authors that you like to follow and keep track of. A couple of you guys, and I love this, said that, well, first of all, thank you for those who shared your Spotify wrap with us. You know, on Spotify, you get the wrap up.
No, say,
because you don't use Spotify.
I know, and my kids make fun of me because I still am a Pandora girl.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
embarrassing
some of you guys
as that
shared
is.
your wrap with us, and we were your #1 podcast.
Oh,
so we appreciate
you
that.
guys,
But a lot
I
of you
didn't know
guys
that.
also called out our friends at the podcast, the Pop Culture Preservation
yeah.
Society, those ladies, and they were on my list of ladies I follow.
Yes.
So I really love that you all love them as much as we do.
Oh,
That's why
love
we
them.
introduced you to them, and we just love those ladies.
They're great.
They really
I love
are. They
following
always talk
them.
about things
Yeah.
that you forgot.
Right.
You would remember.
Yep.
So who do you have on your list?
Okay, so I am funny when it comes to social media because I change weekly. Like 1 week I'm really into over 50 makeup tips, and so that's all I want to see. The next week I'm into over 50 fashion, so that's all I want to see. So then I follow a bunch of people who are over 50 that I like to see how they put outfits together and what accessories they use. And then 1 week I'm into house, anything for your house.
So what does that mean? You put it in like your search?
Yes.
You literally put in over 50
Or
house?
yes. Or, you know, you don't have to, because once you start looking at a few, your algorithm just keeps putting more and more and more. So that's how I do things. So every week it's different. I don't have someone I just constantly have to check up on and follow. I like different things at different times, especially during different times of the year. You know what I mean? So the first one I love, and I think I've talked about her before, but I can't remember. This Oak House, which is Annie Myers Shire, which is, you know, the woman I talked about, her mom. Nancy Myers is the producer, director, set designer, all that. And her daughter is so, I love following her on social media.
Well, Nancy Meyer, that's a style, right?
Yes.
Remember you were telling us about when you put all the photos out?
Yes.
And, you know, you're trying to style it to look like it's a Nancy Meyer movie.
Yes.
So it makes sense that her daughter would
Yes,
have that
and her
appeal.
daughter's great. So that's one I've been following for a while, just because I like the aesthetics and I like how the houses she shows and the tips she gives and the things she does are a well lived in house. I am very, even as an organizer, everyone thinks it has to be perfection, but really, if you have kids, a husband, you need a house that people actually live in, not just something out of a magazine or a social media picture. So that's why I really like following her.
I love it.
Yep.
Okay. So mine, and these don't have to be women and they don't have to necessarily deal with being of a certain age.
Right.
And you're going to be shocked when I tell you somebody I follow that I love to follow and I love to see her. This is a woman. But not because of any specific message that she shares, but because, my goodness, she is just still crushing it. And it's Vanna White.
Oh, I don't follow her.
I
like her, though.
The reason I love looking at pictures of Vanna White, I don't watch Wheel of Fortune unless sometimes we watch Jeopardy and it's on right before.
Oh, I know that. My husband's a Jeopardy fan.
So we see it right before. But I just love that she is unapologetically bringing the glam and the beauty every single time.
Yep.
And I just, but she'll talk about her kids, and she's just so gorgeous. So yeah, it's not really that I'm seeking any kind of wisdom from her other than just like, don't let age stop you from being what you are, which is for her, she's a model. She is a letter turner. She is a presenter. She also has loads of personality and Southern charm, and she's just so cute.
Yeah, I agree. I've always liked, well, did I ever tell you my Vanna White story when I was a flight attendant and I was working first class, and her and Alex Trebek, which, he was Jeopardy and she was Wheel of Fortune, were on the plane together, and they were the nicest people ever. And so I've always remembered that about her. She was so gracious. They signed autographs for me, So
nice.
I have a special place for
I do
Vanna.
remember that, but I had forgotten it when I chose her, so now I'm even more glad. Okay, you're next.
Okay, you're going to laugh at this, but I always have to come up with something. Her name is Courtney Cook, and if you know on TikTok.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So she is a very big the it person on TikTok right now, and somehow I got on her page, but I'm loving it, and she is the Weetabix girl. And the Weetabix girl is a cereal, and you can't get.
She must be British.
No, she's not. She's not British, but I think she lives in Canada.
Okay.
But she is American. She doesn't have an accent or anything like that. She's a school teacher, and how she rose to fame in the TikTok world is every day she would get to school early in her little lunchroom at school, and she would show you what she was eating for breakfast or for lunch. Okay? And it took off because every day she would eat Weetabix, which is this high fiber cereal.
Okay.
And
is it Canadian in that cereal? Or we don't know?
Oh, I don't know.
I've never heard of it. Other than in a British movie, I think I heard of it.
Yeah, but it's delicious, by the way, because of course I had to go on Amazon and order 2 boxes. Of course I did.
Because it's high fiber. So
yes,
we need that.
And we need that when you're over 50. And what she does is every day she'll show a different way she does her Weetabix cereal, either with hot milk, with fruit, with honey, with syrup. Like, it's always something different. And she puts in like 5 Weetabix. I mean, like, this is a tiny little girl who can
Are they like, when you say Weetabix, are they like the
wheat
frosted
bars.
Shredded wheat?
No, right, but they're so different than that. But that's kind of like, I guess, the Canadian or British version of shredded wheat, okay?
What I love about this is that right now my phone is listening saying, well, I'm going to show you all of this later. Your phone, if you're listening to us on your phone is tracking this.
Oh, really?
Don't you have conversations?
I do feel that way.
Sometimes you'll have a conversation and the next thing you know, it's on your Instagram. That's what's going to happen to all of us. We're all going to have Weetabix on our Instagram and TikToks.
I'm telling you, I do all these things. I did the 3-ingredient bagel, anything, because I'm really, really into cooking right now, but it has to be really easy to do. I've never been like, the Ina Garten cook because there's too many ingredients in the recipes. So I've been following her, and another thing she's known for, you're gonna laugh, is baked sweet potatoes, but you bake them at 350 for like 2 hours. And the last hour you like keep it in the oven, turn the oven off, something like that. And then she takes the sweet potato out.
And puts it on a Weetabix.
No.
Okay.
No. Cores out the middle, kind of. Like the whole thing, including skin, because us Americans, we generally do not eat the skin. And then puts a piece of soft cheese down the middle. And then eats it like a sandwich, like just eats the whole thing. Well, it is taken off. Now this, I'm gonna admit to you guys, I absolutely have not done, because I don't think I could, number one, eat the skin off a sweet potato. Now I'm not saying it isn't good, but I don't think I could do it. Number two, I don't think I have the palate for a cheese stuffed in my sweet potato. I don't know. I could see like something sweet in a sweet potato, like brown sugar and tons of butter. But no, it is a big, long slice of soft
I will have
cheese.
to look this up.
Okay. Anyway, every day she's been popping up with a new recipe of some sort. And it is fascinating to watch. I don't know why I find this so fascinating, but it's fascinating. Don't try to find Weetabix right now because it's almost impossible to find.
Is that right?
Yes,
I know we have listeners in Canada, so I'm curious.
Well, they might have a way easier time, but I mean, I had to go on Amazon, and now you can't go on Amazon and get it. It's not available.
She did all this for Weetabix.
Yes, and of course, I love seeing that Weetabix has sent her like a year's supply of Weetabix. So anyway, that's the kind of stuff I find fascinating lately. Silly stuff. But I have to say, I do like my Weetabix. I had some this morning.
Okay.
With blueberries and honey.
I would like to try some Weetabix.
Yeah. Anyway, so Courtney
well, that's
Cook.
a great one. That's a great one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for my next one as a combo deal, Dr. Mary Claire and Dr. Stacy Sims. They are both physicians. Obviously, Dr. Mary Claire is the one that was on the Oprah special.
Yeah.
Talks a lot about menopause.
Yes.
Dr. Stacy Sims also does this, but from a perspective of a sports physician. So she's a little more up my alley as far as a runner goes.
Right.
She talks about some of the challenges that women will face. And both of them have really done remarkable things towards bringing menopause much more into the forefront.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Mary Claire specifically, because she's the one who's like, listen, you know, they used to say that hormone treatment was a cancer-causing thing, and now
it's not.
And she talked about how the testing was so skewed back in the day, and she really is all about the HRTs, and so she's someone that's on my list.
They're both great.
Yeah, and she does a great job with social media too. So.
Well, and I laugh because yours are like you're learning something really good, and I'm now going to talk about
sweet potato.
And parsley and prosecco. She's a private chef.
Oh, that's a site, parsley and prosecco.
Well, she's a private chef. That's her name.
Oh, okay.
On the thing, and she's a private chef, but she sets up her camera every day and tells us what the people want that she's cooking for, and then makes it, and it's always easy, which I just told you I don't like anything more than 3 to 4 ingredients. So easy, step by step, gives you the recipe so you can make it yourself, and it's so easy, which I love, and she's adorable, and I also am fascinated by the world where you can have a professional cook for you every night. So yeah.
Think about how healthy you could be.
Oh, and they're healthy meals too. That's another thing I like. Although she's had a few that aren't necessarily 100% healthy, but they're organic.
Real ingredients.
Yeah, real ingredients.
I mean, you can have high fat, high calorie meals, but if she's using real ingredients, she's 3 steps ahead of what most Americans
she's
are serving for dinner.
Very interesting. And she pops up every day too, so I get to see new recipes every day. And sometimes I try a couple, sometimes I just flag them so I can try them later. So you can tell you guys I'm into eating.
She's into, well, but you do a good job though with your eating too though. Okay, my next is a guy. Uncluttered and Unfiltered is supported by Hearts for Minds. Mental health doesn't have to be a silent struggle. Hearts for Minds is changing the conversation, breaking stigma, and building bridges to better mental health care. Through QPR training and awareness programs, Hearts for Minds is equipping communities with the tools to recognize warning signs and connect people to life-saving support. Whether you're facing a crisis or just need someone who understands, Hearts for Minds is your helping hand. Hearts for F-O-U-R, minds.com, that's heartsforminds.com, and join the movement. Together, we can save lives. And his name is Jefferson Fisher, and I even just bought his brand new book. He's an attorney that started doing these videos in his car, and he talks about this in his book, where he just started like strapping himself into his driver's seat and just doing these little quick, he's a defense attorney, which you'll enjoy this because, you know, you have one in the family. He coaches people that are going to be on the witness stand so that when they speak, they don't incriminate themselves, or they are able to come out on top in any conversation. And so now what his expertise is in mastering the art of conversation and diffusing situations.
I love
and conflict resolution and things
Yeah.
like that. So he has these little short, and he's very cute and handsome.
Well, that
family
helps
man.
too.
And at the end, he always puts his hand up to his face and goes, "And give me a follow," like real cute, like give me a follow. But he'll say things like, if somebody is having a conversation and their energy is starting to get a little heated, he'll give you advice like, call it out, but not calling them out. Like, oh, is this getting heated? You know, little tricks to keep things from becoming things that they don't need to be.
Right.
Or he'll say, if someone is criticizing you, you can stop and pause and think, is it a criticism of you or is it a criticism of the situation?
Right.
You can say to them, was that meant for you, for the situation, for me? Or he even has one where he'll say, if you pause and let something linger in the air, the person then plays it back in their head, and then they're likely to say, oh, by the way, I didn't mean that to be insulting.
Right.
So he has great advice. His name, once again, is Jefferson Fisher. Great book, great little videos.
I like that.
And just the art of diffusing any situation.
Wow.
Talk to people.
I'll have to look at that.
Especially in the holidays, you know, if you're going into a situation where you think somebody's going to say something that's going to set you off, he is a great one to look at.
I'm going to have to go on there and learn some tips.
I mean, you're good at that kind of thing. Like my favorite one that you've given was, I still to this day say, are you asking for my advice or just you want me to listen?
Right.
And that's kind of a very Jefferson Fisher kind of thing to say. You know, how would you like me to respond?
Yeah. That is one of my go-to things. But I learned that late in life. I wasn't like that when I was younger. You know, when you're younger, you always have to be right about everything.
Yes.
But you know what I mean?
And that's another thing that he even talks about. If you have somebody who you always innately disagree with, go into the conversation thinking, I want to try to understand their perspective.
Right.
I'm not trying to agree with them. I'm not trying to get them to agree with me. Instead, what we're trying to do is explain our perspective to each other.
Right. I agree with
We're
that.
not trying to come to a who's right and who's wrong.
I agree. I like him already, and I haven't even seen him.
You'd like him even more if you saw how cute he is.
Well, my last I'm grouping together, there's three of them, and I'll just say their names. Angela Hohenstein, Jill Height, and Classic Carolyn. And these are three, I would say over 45-ish, 50, some of them are over 50, fashion. And I love following over 50, over 60 fashion influencers because when you get to be our age or my age, you kind of want some sort of something to follow, even if it's like, what accessory are they wearing with those jeans and that white t-shirt? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because if you're only looking at people in their 20s,
right,
you only see that as the fashion when you can see how somebody might style it differently.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're not wearing those crop tops.
We are not.
I mean, so you
as
want...
much as they try to lure us in with a gorgeous sleeve and then you pick it up off the rack and you're like, where's the rest of it?
Right, yeah. So I like to follow these women because they do some makeup, some hair stuff, but mostly it's about what they're wearing. And I love seeing people's everyday outfits. Some of them still work. Some of them, this is their job. This is what they do is social media. But they show different outfits to going to parties, different, you know what I mean? So I love following right now anyone because I always like to tweak my wardrobe a little bit, even if it's with just accessories.
Which you're great at doing. And for those who are just listening today, you came in wearing, normally you're in all black. Today you have on jaguar print. Some people would think it's cheetah, but because we're in Jacksonville, Florida, we know it's a jaguar print.
Because we won, by the way, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, so we're fans of the Jaguars, and that print is perfect with black. And but that's how you've stylized your outfit. I mean, it's going to look elegant and chic because it's all black, and now you've made a pop of fun to it.
But I have to tell you, by watching these women, adding the boots that I chose was from them. Like, I like seeing, okay, I have these cropped jaguar pants because that's what I'm going to call. What shoes would I wear? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
like
no,
you always
absolutely.
want someone to, you want to see how someone else is dressing, but not a 20, 30, even for me, 40 something. I'm more interested in the 50 and above. And I always get great tips. I love it.
Well, whatever it is you do, it works for you. So.
Well, thank you.
So let me pull up some of the ones that you guys said, and we'll leave that as an open-ended thing where you can certainly go on our Uncluttered and Unfiltered Ladies Only page and add yours to the list. But some of you guys talked about other podcasts. Of course, we love hearing that, because if you listen to, most people who listen to a podcast listen to several different podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
You know, whether it's true crime, and then maybe one is fashion and one is, so Change Academy and Nutrition Diva, that's what Angelique is offering up. Those are a couple that she likes. Influencer, Valerie Squire says, influencer Melanie Sanders created the We Do Not Care Club. I see that.
Goodness.
Have you not seen these
No,
videos?
I love that.
Okay, the We Do Not Care Club, a lot of women are participating in this trend, and it would be like you'd be sitting in your car and you would say, we do not care that this party is the party of the year. It starts at 9 o'clock, so we are not going because we are in the We Do Not Care Club. And it's just this ongoing thing of why we're not going to do this extra thing you might have done back in the day.
Oh, I love this. We have to do one.
A We Do Not Care Club.
Yeah, we have to do one of the We Don't Care Club.
Okay, I always say this. Somebody send us an email and remind us that we want to do that as a topic.
Right.
All right, having said that, that site on Facebook, our Ladies Only page, it's Uncluttered and Unfiltered Ladies Only. You have to ask us to be let in. We do that to keep it like feeling like that safe zone.
Right.
And we will let you in. But we are on all the other social medias as well. And of course, when you do like us, follow us, give us a review or any of those things, it helps the algorithm. It helps other women find us. So we do appreciate when you do that. So the idea that there's nothing left to learn in this life, you can let that go.
And don't look back.